Namaste. Welcome to this no Namaskar practice. This is a short sequence for you to strengthen the legs, to open the hips, and also to create space in the shoulders and in the spine without going into those vinyasas where you have to go into push-ups. So it's nice for the wrists. We're not straining the wrists. We're not straining the knees. So I hope you enjoy. Let's come to the mat. And then you take a nice wide stance, all right, with the feet parallel to the outer edges of the mat. You can bring your hands onto your hips for a moment. And feel the steadiness of the feet rooting down, the hands on the hips. And you can really move the hips down a little bit. And I reach through the crown of the head, so you feel length through the spine. Nice. And then you turn the feet out, the toes out to the sides. And then bring one hand on the belly and one hand on the heart. Close your eyes and take a moment to connect with your feet. A nice steady stance. Length in the spine. And bring awareness to the flow of your breath. Noticing how your breath is moving up and down the spine. With every inhalation creating space and length, and with every exhalation creating more stability, more connection with the earth through your feet. And if you like, you can inhale through the nose and exhale, cleansing breath, releasing the breath through the mouth. And again, deep inhale. And exhale. And with the exhale, you let go of any thoughts. Beautiful. One more round. Inhale. And release. And you can start to slowly bend your knees. And you start to bounce a little bit. So exploring the space in the hips. You can bring your hands onto your hips again. Keep your shoulders above your hips so you're not leaning forward or back. It's actually like you're riding a tiger or a horse or whatever animal you would prefer. So you feel the buoyancy and the strength in the legs. And then slowly lengthen through the legs again. And then on your inhalation, the arms rise up. And you can draw the lower belly in, but lift the heart slightly up, reaching through the fingertips. And then exhale, bring the hands down through center. And then come back to that stability. Now keep that stability as the arms rise up. Inhaling, reach through the fingertips. And exhale, draw the hands down through center. And then we continue that flow, but we add the legs now. So inhaling, arms rise up. On your exhalation, as the hands come down, you bend your knees and you move your knees out to the sides, not inward. Really reach them out to the sides. And then as the arms come up, you lengthen through the legs. And exhale, bend the knees as the hands come down through center. Wonderful. One more round. Inhale, rising up, creating space and length. And exhale, finding your roots right in the center. Now keep the knees bent, bring your hands onto your inner thighs. And now really move the knees out. So you don't want to bring the knees in. So you keep the outer edges of the feet into the earth, all right? So now lengthen, inhale, crown of the head reaches up. And on your exhalation, you start to twist and you look over the shoulder. Inhale, coming back to center. And then exhale, twist to the other side. And again, inhale to center. And exhale, maybe through the mouth. Nice cleansing twist. Inhale to center. And exhale over to the other side. And then inhale, come back. Exhale, root down again. Shoulders above your hips. And then slowly lengthen through the legs. And bring the toes back in. Now bring your hands in front of the heart. And then step your feet together. So the big toes are touching. So everything is coming more towards the midline now. And see if you can find your balance again. You can close your eyes for a moment. Feel the effect of the movements in your body, effect on your breath, on your mind, on all levels. Your practice will have an effect. And then you step your feet hip distance apart. Okay. And then allow the arms to come down. Inhaling, the arms rise up. And then catch with the right hand the left wrist. And then bend your knees a little bit. All right. And then you root down through the legs to rise up a little bit higher. And then pull the wrist up and go over to the side. You can rest your head in the opposite arm. Root down through both legs. Inhale, come back to center. And on your exhalation, you open your wings. So your elbows move back and you reach your hands behind you. Interlace your fingers. Roll the shoulders back and move your arms away from you. Lengthen through the arms. Now bend the knees. Reach the hips back and bring your body parallel to the earth. And then again, feel the buoyancy in the legs. You look down to the mat, so there's length in the neck. You can even move your head a little bit from left to right. And bring your weight to your heels. So the knees are not moving too far forward, but as much back as possible, above the ankles. And then you release the hands, reach them forward, thumbs up. And again, feel strength in the legs. Maybe the legs parallel, the upper legs parallel to the earth, just like the arms. Now press into the toes, into the feet, rise up, inhale. And on your exhalation, bring the hands down through the center. And then we do the other side. Inhale, arms rise up. And that's the other hand catching the wrist. Exhale, bend the knees a little bit so you can also relax the shoulders. Inhale, lengthen through the whole body, keep the shoulders down there. And then exhale, go up and over to the other side. Just resting your head into the arm if you like, but keep rooting down through both feet. Inhale, coming back up. And exhale, spread your wings, reach your hands behind you. And we take a bit further if you like. Inhale, lift the heart, reach the arms back. And then bend the knees. Coming back to the ski jumper. And if you like, exhale, bow forward, glue your ribs to your thighs, and move your arms towards the earth. Feel the stretch in the back of the body and the shoulders. Keep the breath nice and deep. And then you slowly bend your knees again. Reach your arms back. And then again, to the front, feel stability. Use that stability to strengthen the legs to rise up. Inhale, bring your fingertips together. And exhale, bring the hands down through the center. Wonderful. And then you step your feet out to the sides again. So nice wide stance. And then bring your hands onto the hips again. All right. So now you're going to pivot onto the right heel. So the right toes move out to the side. So your foot is parallel with the outer edge, the long side of your mat. All right? And then start to bend your right knee. Exhale. And then inhale, come back up. So lengthen through the leg. Keep your shoulders above your hips and then exhale, bend the knee again. So you do that a few rounds just to explore the space in the right hip. And then you stay with the right knee above the ankle. Draw the lower belly slightly in and keep your shoulders above your hips. And then from there, you can reach the arms parallel to the earth and look over your right fingertips. Feel the strength in the legs, but keep on breathing. Never stop the breath. Bring your left hand to your thigh. The right arm reaches up. Feel length in the side of the body. Inhale. And on exhale, go up and over. But keep that right knee bent. You can look up to the fingertips, to the inside of your palm. And then from here, keep the side of the body long as you reach that arm to the inner thigh. And now hug the arm to the inner thigh to open up the chest. And then allow the left arm to follow the horizon and to reach over the head. And breathe. Try not to lean into the leg, but push away from the leg. So you open the body. Feel strength and openness at the same time. Inhale here. And on your exhalation, allow that arm to come down the front. Bring your hands onto the hips. Lengthen through the front leg. And then slowly turn the toes back in. Now draw your left heel in. The left toes move out. And then we do the same thing on the other side. So inhale with lengthen that leg. Exhale, bend the left knee. And then bounce up, inhale. And exhale. So the upper body stays still. And you really feel the movement in the left hip. Wonderful. And you come into stability again. If you can, you have your knee above your ankle. But if that's too much, you just come a little bit up. Never go too far. All right? So the arms come parallel to the earth again. Feel that steadiness there. And then I look over your left fingertips. Nice deep breath. Right hand to the right leg. Left arm rises up. Inhale here. Find length, but keep the knee bent. And then exhale, go up and over. Feel that stretch of the side body, and this should never hurt the lower back. Then you come up and then spin your right hip back a little bit. So make it a side bend, not a back bend. Yeah? And then from here, keeping that length in the side of the body, reach your left arm to the inner thigh. And then root down to open up the heart, and then allow the other arm to move over the head. And maybe you look up to the fingertips. It is a balancing act as well. Nice deep breath. Inhale here. And exhale, allow the arm to come down the front. Bring the hands onto the hip. Lengthen the left leg and turn the toes in. All right, now from here, you can step your feet together again. Just feel, again, the effect of the movements. You can always bring one hand on the belly, one hand on your heart. And then from here, bring your hands back to the hips again, and then bring the feet hip distance apart for stability. Yeah? Now we're going to continue the flow, finding balance. So shift your weight to your left foot, and then come onto the ball of your right foot. Find length. Lower belly draws in, crown rises up, and then from there, bring the right knee up. You can stay here with the hands on the hips, or you catch your knee with your hands. Keep lifting, root down to rise up. You could stay here, or you bring your right hand to your ribs. You start to twist to the right. Maybe you keep the hand there, or you reach the arm back. Really reach out. Find your balance wherever you are. Maybe you have your ball of your foot in the earth, and that's fine. It's your practice. Slowly bring the hand back, both hands in front of the heart. And then you step back with the right foot, and you bend both knees. And again, you feel buoyancy. You can bring your hands onto your hips again. Okay. So now start to reach the back heel away, and then bend the knee again. And I feel when you bend the knee, you can draw the lower belly in and lengthen the lower back. Keep that connection there, and then again, reach the heel out. Wonderful. So you feel that stretch in the front of the leg. Now inhale, the arms rise up, keep the shoulders relaxed, palms are facing each other. On your exhalation, straighten the front leg and bring the hands down alongside the body. Again, bending the knee, inhaling, arms rise up. And exhale, lengthen through both legs as the arms come down. We do one more round. Inhale, rise up. And exhale, root down. Feel stability and strength in your body. Inhale, coming up. And now on your exhalation, bring your fingertips to the earth. You can stay on the fingertips, especially when you have wrist issues, or you bring your hand down, flat on the earth. Reach the back heel away, and then start to spin your ribs to the inner thigh, and bring your left arm up. Crown reaches forward, back heel reaches away from the crown. Now inhale here, And on your exhalation, let that arm come down the front of the leg and then move to the long side of your mat, shifting from left to right. Just feel that you can lift the heart forward and the hips back. The feet stay on the floor. So you really feel the inner thighs stretch. Wonderful. And then you shift to the front of your mat again, coming back to that lunge. Bend your back knee, and like a runner, you want to really push off with the back foot, and then you step your right foot next to the left foot. Bring your fingertips to shins, and then root your shins into your fingertips, and then reach the crown forward. So feel that action, engagement of the legs. And on your exhalation, bring your ribs to your thighs, fingertips next to your feet, and bow down. And you can always bend the knees if you need, of course. Now bend the knees in a 90-degree angle and reach the arms forward. From here, use that strength in the legs to rise up. Hands come together. And exhale, bring the hands down through center. Wonderful. And then we do the other side. Okay, so you can bring your hands onto your hips again. Shift your weight to the right foot now. Keep drawing the lower belly in, crown rises up. You could stay on the ball of the foot. Find your focus here. Or if you can, you lift your knee up. Find your balance there with the hands on the hips. Or you bring your hands around your knee. Crown rises, foot roots down. And if you wanted to take it one step further, you can bring your left hand to your ribs and start to spin to the left without leaning back. Keep that length in the spine, and then maybe the arm continues that flow. And you're breathing. Remember to breathe always. Wonderful. Slowly bring the hand back. Bring both hands in front of the heart. Find stability here with the knee up. And then you can step back with the left foot. Whoops. And then you bend both knees again. So again, feel that you can really bounce for stability and strength. Use that core to draw the lower belly in, lengthen the back of the body, and then you start to reach the back heel away. So you feel length in the front without losing connection with the core, with the belly. And then the arms rise up, palms facing each other. Inhale. On your exhalation, root down to rise up, lengthen the front leg. Bring the hands down. And again, bend the knee, arms rise up. Inhale. And exhale. Find your balance. Feel steadiness within the flow. One more round. Inhale, arms rise up. And exhale, root down. Inhale, back to that high lunge. And on your exhalation, bring your hands to the earth, fingertips to the earth on both sides of the front knee. Left fingertips or hand on the floor. Draw your ribs to your thigh and reach your right arm up into a twist. Inhale here and exhale. Inhale deep. Exhale, bring the arm to the inside of the leg and start to shift to the long side of your mat again. And keep that length in the whole spine, so there's no rounding. Wonderful. Maybe you feel the difference now, it's a bit more open, maybe not. That's also okay. Now shift to the front of the mat again, inhaling. Now bend your back knee, shift weight a little bit back and forth, and then push off to step your left foot next to the right foot. Maybe hip distance apart. Bring your fingertips to the shins and really root your shins towards your fingertips. You engage your legs, then lift the lower belly, heart forward, crown forward. And then exhale, ribs to thighs, bowing down. You can always bend your knees a little bit if you need. Now inhale, lift the heart halfway up. And exhale, go a little bit deeper. Now bend your knees, reach the heart forward, coming back to that ski jumper. And then press down to rise up. And exhale, bring the hands down through center. All right. So with the feet together, hands in front of your heart, you take a moment to feel the effect of your practice. And you step the feet out again to hip distance apart. Bring your hands on your hips and turn the feet out, or actually the toes out. Arms rise up, inhale. And then on your exhalation, the hands come down. You bend the knees and you come all the way down to sit. Or not sit, but hug your arms to your inner thighs. And if this is impossible for you, then you can sit on your sitting bones. Just simply sit like this. And keep that lift of the heart. And if you're still in Malasana, and you also lift the heart, hug your arms to your inner thighs. Crown rises up. So feel that opening of the hips. You've been cultivating that. And then, without collapsing, you sit down. Bring your knees together, hug your arms around your legs, and then come onto the toes, and then lift the toes just above the floor, and bow your head down. Find your balance there. Just keep on breathing. So after all the standing poses, this is a moment of coming back to stability, close to the earth, to balance, almost like you're bowing down towards yourself. And then from here, you can roll down onto the back of your body. If you like, you can hold your knees and see if you can find that spaciousness in the hips. Maybe you make circles. Just explore the movements in the hips. How do your hips feel now? You can also bring the legs up, reach your arms out to the side, just sway the legs. You've been standing on your legs for a little bit. So now allow the legs to be weightless. You can shake the legs out. You do that with the breath. Inhale. And exhale. Nice. All right. And then bend your knees. Bring the feet down. You could go into gentle twisting from here. Just allowing the spine to come back to neutral. Just creating this balance in the body. Energetic balance. And then the knees come back up. And then you let the legs slide down. You can keep your arms away from the body or rest your hands on your belly just for a few minutes. Resting your body in Shavasana. Allowing the breath to move through your body and allowing the mind to dwell in the body, come home in the body. And of course, you can stay as long as you like in Shavasana. Take your own time. Maybe you want to slowly make your way back up. Just start to move your fingers and your toes. And bring your knees to chest. You can always also reach the arms out, either with the knees to chest or with the legs straight. And then you roll onto your side and slowly come up. in Sukhasana, easy cross-legged position. You can keep your eyes closed for now. Just simply sit, observing your body, your breath, your mind. Softening your face in a gentle smile, allowing that gentleness to drip into your whole body, your heart, your belly, your pelvis, the legs all the way down into the earth. And you can bring your hands in front of your heart, Anjali Mudra. And let's close this practice with a sense of gratitude for coming to the mat and to find the practice of yoga. Namaste. You can bow down to the earth if you like. Right. So thank you so much for joining. Hope you enjoyed the flow and hope to see you soon again. Namaste.